The movie starts with a 12-year-old boy named Andrew. Right now, he is at a party and is happily watching the party leader dance. A little while later, he takes his mom aside, saying he needs to talk about something important. She asks him what took place, and he tells her that he has fallen in love. His mom, excited, asks about the lucky girl, and Andrew replies that it's the party manager. He believes the woman likes him too. When his mother hears this, she is surprised, but she says she is glad for him. After the party is over, Andrew goes to talk to the girl he likes. After a short conversation, he asks her if she wants to go on a date, but she just laughs and says no because he is too young. This makes Andrew very sad, and he cries on his way home. His mom feels sad and comforts him, even though she knows he's just in love for a short time. The scene changes to 10 years later, where we see a grown-up Andrew enjoying a party with his girlfriend, Maya. Later, Maya talks about what will happen next because she is moving to Barcelona. It turns out they both just finished college, and Maya got a scholarship to study in Barcelona. But, unlike her, Andrew hasn't figured out what he wants to do. He tells her he will go with her, but Maya isn't so sure, so he promises that he will save enough money to move there with her soon. A few days later, Andrew gets a job as a cashier at a place called Meatsticks. He doesn't like his boring job, but he can't quit because he needs the money to be with Maya. During this time, he keeps texting and calling Maya, but she doesn't seem to care about him. Later, we find out that Andrew still lives with his mom and stepdad, Greg. Even though Greg is kind to him, Andrew doesn't like him and often makes fun of him whenever he can. That evening, Andrew's mom tells him to take his little brother, David, to a party. He asks her why she can't go, and she tells him that she had a very high-energy episode because of her bipolar disorder. Since he had no other plans, Andrew says yes to taking David to the party. When they get to the place, Andrew meets his old friend Macy. They go inside. She then shows him to a woman named Domino and her daughter, Lola. Lola has autism, and her mom signed her up for school 3 years later than usual because of it. Later, when Andrew realizes that no one is having fun, he switches up the music and starts urging everyone to dance as he talks sweetly. Gradually, the mood shifts and people begin to enjoy themselves. Lola, meantime, finds it difficult to blend in and feels very uncomfortable at the party. Domino implores her daughter to dance with the other kids, but she says no. Domino encourages her daughter in spite of everything and sits with her in a peaceful spot away from the throng. A little while later, Andrew spots them and asks to dance. Lola feels uncomfortable and says no, so he decides not to bother her and heads to the dance floor. Following some time spent dancing, Andrew returns to Domino and strikes up a conversation. He assures her that he can get Lola to dance with him, but she is certain he can't, so he challenges her, demanding $300 from her if he can get Lola to join him on the dance floor. When Domino nods, Andrew approaches Lola right away. After saying something in her ear in a whisper, they get on the dance floor. Domino is overjoyed to see her daughter dancing at last. Following the celebration, Domino comes up to Andrew to give him his due and express gratitude for everything. Not long after, a few mothers come up to him and compliment him for turning the boring celebration into an enjoyable one. They choose to hire Andrew as a party starter for their next gatherings after being impressed. Andrew takes the job, believing it will help him make some extra money while he decides what to do next. His mom is very happy and encouraging. At the same time, Domino is putting her daughter to bed and softly rubbing her back. Feeling curious, she asks Lola what Andrew said to her before. The teenager says he promised to buy her a magic cube with the $300 her mom was going to give him. Impressed, Domino wonders if Andrew would be a suitable babysitter for her. Although Lola acknowledges that she is not good with babysitters, he is different since he does not treat her like one. A few days later, Lola and Domino show up for Andrew's next party. Everyone begins to have fun as he injects fun into the party environment. Andrew then offers to take them home by car. When they get there, Lola and Andrew hang around while Domino goes to take a shower. She tells him about her school and shows him her pet hamster. Later, he meets Domino, who has just stepped out of the shower as he leaves Lola's room. She invites him to remain for a little while longer and thanks him for everything. When Lola goes to sleep, Andrew asks Domino, who is below, if she has a spouse. She tells him that she has a fiancé named Joseph, and this house is his, but he is always away for work, so she feels lonely. After hearing this, Andrew tells her that she can reach out to him if she ever needs help watching Lola while she's busy. Domino says yes and leaves his phone number on the kitchen counter. Andrew tells her that he is available to talk whenever she needs someone. After that, he goes outside. Later, Andrew calls his friend Macy. After that, he goes to the bathroom and looks at his social media. There, he finds pictures of Maya with another guy and feels upset. This really bothers him, so he begins exercising to be able to compete with that guy. But he eventually understands that it doesn't matter because he and Maya will never be together again. A few days later, Andrew has another party and sees Domino again. She says she wanted to call him but lost his phone number. After that, she introduces him to her fiancé, Joseph. Joseph mentions that he has heard good things about Andrew and shares that they have chosen to hire him as their new babysitter. He says he mostly works in Chicago, and Domino thinks they should move there for good. But Joseph seems unsure about the idea of moving there. After that, Andrew goes back to the party and has fun dancing and enjoying himself. Later, he sees Domino again and says thank you for the job. She tells him that she will go to a birthday party next week and asks if he can take care of Lola. He quickly says yes to it. In the next part, Andrew comes to Domino's house to take care of Lola. The two of them have fun and play with her toys until she falls asleep. When Domino comes home, she and Andrew hang out for a while. While they talk, he asks her if she has ever felt very sad. Domino says that she has always felt sad, especially before Lola was born, but taking care of Lola helped her and made her feel good. Andrew talks about how his mother has been feeling very sad for a long time. When Andrew gets home, his mom asks him where he has been. He tells her a lie, saying he was hanging out with some friends from high school. A few days later, Andrew gets a call from the Ngo telling him that he got the job. He's really happy to find out he won't have to work at Meat Sticks anymore. A few days later, Andrew throws another party. Joseph and Lola go to the party, but Domino doesn't go. Joseph tells Andrew that Domino is sick, so she can't come. He also says that they don't need Andrew to take care of their pets anymore because they are moving to Chicago. This makes Andrew act very mean to Joseph. But Joseph manages the situation well and politely leaves Andrew. Andrew visits Domino that evening when Lola and Joseph are still present at the celebration. He declares his affection for her and acknowledges that he is aware of her refusal to wed Joseph. In reply, Domino says she feels happy and unique with him, but he is just 22 years old and still figuring out who he is. She makes it clear that she wants to marry Joseph and that she is happy with him. She's just scared because her first husband left her. With tears in her eyes, Domino tells him that he deserves better than what she can give and that he needs to find out who he really is. When Andrew hears this, he feels heartbroken because he understands that she never liked him. He walks to his car, crying. Just then, Joseph comes home and goes right up to Andrew, knocking on his window while Andrew is trying to start the car. Andrew apologizes and says he's just a foolish kid. Joseph then gets closer and asks him to look him in the eyes. In the days that follow, Andrew moves on with his life and enjoys his new job at the Ngo. A few days later, Andrew meets Domino one last time when he picks David up from school. While they talk, Domino shares that she had Lola when she was very young, and ever since then, her life has been all about her. She misses the freedom of being able to go anywhere and do anything without having to answer to anyone. She tells Andrew that he can be single and take time to figure things out, something she never got to do. Andrew laughs when he hears this, realizing it's the last time they'll talk. He tells her he thinks he is her soulmate but also acknowledges that Joseph is as well. Before leaving, he promises to always love her and to keep his memories of her. Later, Andrew is seen crying in his car as he watches Domino and Lola drive away, and then the story jumps ahead 6 months to when Domino and Joseph get married. Meanwhile, Andrew is exploring his 22nds and finding himself, just like Domino suggested. The movie ends here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.